Okay, so the Jougan, which also translates to Pure Eye, is a dojutsu that is given to Boruto, which is a Kekkei Genkai which comes from the Otsutsuki clan. Now, not a whole lot is actually known from this ability, as I believe Boruto is one of the only people we've actually seen use it, and he doesn't even have the completed form yet, although we do see a very quick scene with adult Boruto versus Kawaki. He has the completed version, so we know what it looks like when it's completed, but we haven't seen the extent of all the abilities yet. Now, from what we've seen, this seems to be a completely broken ability that doesn't fit into any of the other dojutsu categories, in the sense that it doesn't have like a natural progression, right? So, like the sharingan becomes a rinnegan, the byakugan becomes a tenseigan. This is kind of like more of a standalone thing, but it does still root from the Otsutsuki clan, like those ones as well. As we all know, Kaguya distributed her chakra between Hagoromo and Hamura. Hagoromo, who had the rinnegan, and the Hamura, which had the tenseigan. And we know that Naruto got abilities from the Sage of Six Paths, or otherwise known as Hagoromo, and Hinata has the byakugan. Essentially what happened to Naruto also happened to her, but with Hamura. And then you mix those two, and you get Boruto, which seems to have the genetics for the Jougan. Himawari seems to have actually inherited the byakugan instead. Alright, so essentially there's not a whole lot known about this, but we've seen this ability activated a few times throughout the Boruto series, such as against Momoshiki, Shizuma, and Kawaki at the end of the series, right? Something interesting that Toneri Otsutsuki also mentions is that he's going to be the star of hope against destruction that will eventually come to pass, right? He's going to be like the hope of the universe, I guess you could say, and that everything is going to be taken away from him. So from what we know about this ability, you can see the flow of chakra. Also, it's said that he has the ability, the equivalent of Naruto's ability to sense negative energy. He can see through invisible barriers that connect dimensions. He can basically predict those little portal things, those portal things that the Otsutsuki clan comes out of. A couple notable things to mention as well, I guess, is that it seems to give him a somewhat of a speed and power buff. Like when you see him dodge that attack from Momoshiki, who was just taking a giant doo-doo all over the Kage, and he just casually dodges one of his attacks and hits him with a Rasengan. Now, outside of that, we don't seem to have much more information about it, but we do know that this ability is very, very hard to obtain, as you need to have some Hagoromo and Hamura DNA, or Kaguya DNA, right? Because this ability seems to be kind of unique just to Boruto. Also, before we close off here, I thought another thing that would be kind of interesting to note is that before Momoshiki, I guess, dies, he puts a Kama seal on Boruto, which basically allows him to manifest himself in Boruto slowly and in short little bursts until he fully manifests himself, right? When we see Boruto as an adult, he has markings all over him, which we presume is from that, which seem to kind of link with the Jougan, right? So we don't know if this gives him more power or not, or if this is required for the final form, but I thought that was something kind of interesting to know. Anyways, I'm going to end it off on that note. That's all we pretty much know about this dojutsu at the moment. So anyways, if you guys like more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.